Hello, in this last video for chapter 13, we're going to look at what is the main driven force to driven the central bank to make a decision. So generally speaking, for the bank, so when we think about the consumer and the producer, we learn in the Econ 220, Econ 225 classes, we understand that each decision maker has their goals. So consumer try to maximize their utility and producer try to maximize the profit. So the question here is, what is the goal or what is the fundamental driven force for the central banks? So as we already discussed about what is the our other federal systems and what is the main job for the federal system. So in order to allow the federal system to keep their independence of the policies, independence of their goals, so there is a very important condition imposed on those independence. So that is the independence of their revenue. So therefore, and one view of the government bureaucratic behavior is that the bureaucracy serves the public interest. Yet some economists have developed a theory called of the bureaucratic behavior that suggests that other factors that influence how bureaucracy operates. So the theory of the bureaucratic behavior may be a useful guide to predict what motivates the Fed and other central banks. So how this theory to help us to understand the main drive of the central banks to make a decision or their behavior. So for this theory, they suggest that it is subjective. Subjective is to the federal system. Subjective is to maximize its own welfare. That is real to power and prestiges. Like as I said, so they have such a power to make their own policies, set up their goals, and so semi independent from the Congress and almost fully independent from the president. The main reason is they have that independent of the revenue. So in order to keep this kind of the power and prestige, so they usually fight vigorously to preserve autonomy. So even the Congress try to pass in the laws, and so they still try their hard to finding the politicians to supporting their independence, especially the independence of their revenue. And also they try to avoid conflict with other more powerful groups. So you can see at the current crisis mode, so the federal system, the Fed, try to set up the policy meeting the goal of the president and the Congress. So they don't try to find it hard to set up their own goals. So that is one example that they try to avoid conflict with the more powerful groups. And so although this is the way to view how they're going to act, so you usually try to keep their own independent, but some scholars also arguing that they does not rule out altruism, which means they had a good faith to do good thing for the public. So you can see nowadays when they have the financial when they have the crisis caused by the COVID-19, and the federal will play a very important role to the lower interest rate and to boost the economy and using all kind of monetary policies try to support the economy that is suffering. And so by doing this, it's not benefit the citizen living in the United States. So therefore, some scholars also arguing that sometimes the Fed behave is not just selfishly, but also they do good things with the purpose that it can benefit the public. So that's the end of this week's lecturing, and hopefully you will enjoy the understanding of the Federal Reserve System.